and will gather in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Hey, what's up? I'm Ryan. I'm Maker238. Welcome to my channel. This here is my swimming pool. It looks like a trash compactor in a hot mess right now, but give it a little bit of time. Hang around, follow along, hit that subscribe button so that way you won't miss a thing. Let's take a second, let's do a little recap. Let everybody get caught up. What's that? And for all you Halo fans, I went out and got me a new needler. Woo! But what's the needler do? It removes the weld slag or scale. See how I've got that little brown? See if I do this one-handed. See, I got that brown stuff right there. And see, with welding outside, I've got a lot of stuff where it just got blown away, but most of it's pretty good. I'll do this, go back with the air hose, clean it all up, and that way I can see what spots I need to go back and re-weld. I'll probably grind first, and then I'll go back and see the spots I need to go back and touch up and weld. Oh, the beauties of working outside. I went through with some yellow spray paint after I descaled everything, and I marked the areas where my weld wasn't so premium. Just because of the wind, I didn't put up any kind of block or anything. So that's what we gonna go do now. Do some touching up on the old welding. Oh, and I upgraded the old shield. Look at that. Now I got a beer cover. Figured I'd just go to that little corner right there on the old 45. If it was that easy. And then I'll cut me some metal from the top over there, and I'll put that right there so that could never happen. That gives us a nice soft corner. This is Sam on the other side. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. I've got... Hey, like I got a smaller piece. Duh, you're a hoarder. You're a collector. Of course you've got a smaller piece of metal. Well, I even dragged the camera all the way up to the old garage in the shop and used the plasma cutter and ground these on the bench and made it look really pretty, and I looked down, it ain't recording. Not one bit. So we got these, and the reason, well, let me stop again. Not everybody's a welder, right? So you have to bevel the corners of your pieces of metal when you go to put them together, so you have somewhere for the new metal from your because you have to have a place for your new metal on your welding rod to go into. Stick welding is really cool because you can do it outside. I mean, you don't really have to clean your metal quite like you do with TIG and MIG. This stuff that's on the outside is actually your shielding agent. It's a gas, argon gas, ceramic compound-esque. I don't know the science behind it. I know that when you go to weld, it creates this pocket of gas that helps with your oxidation, so that oxygen doesn't get onto your new metal when you're welding, because the oxygen will increase oxidation. That's what rust is. We call it rust, but it's really iron oxide. Isn't that funny? Rust is a color. Oh, you learn something new every day. Yeah, rust is a color. It's not the stuff that's on the outside of the metal. Yeah, so we'll take this. Well, and see, I beveled that. That way we'll have a nice cohesive fusion, because that's what welding is. You're fusing one piece of metal with another. Man, I've been rambling for 2 minutes. Hopefully nobody clicked off of this. Please don't click off my stuff, people. Oh, the only road that I have ever. Where to go? I walk alone. Oh, and I started with 6013s, 3/16-inch welding rods, and I didn't really like the way that was flowing. Here's some thicker gauge stuff, Ryan. Why don't you use the 7018, 18, or 1/8 inch? That's what we're using. If anybody wanted to know. Oh! Tell you what, after all of this, I'm gonna call myself a welder. Right? I mean, I think I should be able to call myself a welder after all of this. Get all this hair out the way. Yeah? anybody's welded uphill before, that kind of sucks a little bit. What that means, oh God, is you start welding here and you have to create a little valley that your next weld will ride on. So I'll try to explain it. So you guys can see how after I've removed the scale, right there, it leaves a nice, clean surface. Gotta make sure I stay hydrated. Oh, hey, what's up, y'all? Let's take a little Alexa pair. Now, if I were seeking perfection, I would never, ever, ever finish this thing. I've got a couple little gaps that will be filled in with probably some body filler, to be honest with you. And then when everything's sandblasted and everything before we paint, I'll take some silicone and I'll go around these edges. Because if you're a follower of my channel, you know I used to work on campers. And I know a thing or two about the old silicone. So yeah, so that'll take care of like some of the gaps and stuff in between here. And I mean, I'll get all that stuff down a little bit more. But yeah, there's my conus. I think it turned pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so what's next? I've got a metal cutting circular saw. My plan is to take it and then I'll pick a line, hopefully like right there, and chop that off. Take these pipes, run a kerf down the center of it, probably with the torch, set up a jig to where I can get a straight line. And then I'll take that, scoop. A lot easier said than done, huh? Yeah. So that's what we are doing. It's supposed to rain on old Saturday. I hope not. What is it? Sabado. Isn't that Saturday? Sabado? I don't know. It's a lot of work, man. A lot to work. But you know what I think about? I think about laying in this pool with my family, looking back at my kids, having a blast, watching my wife have a blast, me relaxing, having a blast. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I got these 2x4s here as kind of my spacer to get my right distance. Distance? Distance? Senor, distance. Distance. Hey, Evolution, y'all are out there. Huh? Hit your boy up. Hit your boy up. Doesn't help, the saw weighs like, I don't know, 10 pounds maybe? Feels way more than that. Oh! There it is. Zip, zip, zip. Show you how I do it the safest way. Okay, so I've cut 1/2 of it already. This right here, oh my goodness. I mean, I am floored on how far we've come that we can do this. You know what I mean? I just think that's so cool. Anyway, enough about that. I'm just super excited about that new tool. Are we welded on the inside? Yes, we welded on the inside. All right, keep it moving. I don't know if I've explained it or not, because it's been several days of press and record and doing this in my spare time, so I don't know if I've said it or not. But what I did is I took that metal cutting circular saw, I took me some 2x4s and I placed them down, and I used that as a kind of like a fence to ride the saw down. Now this thing doesn't have to be 100% straight, because I'm putting this tube as a cap on top, because that'll hide any imperfections. I mean, but what do you think I should do right there? Just grind that down flush? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. You say yeah when I don't know what to say. Know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? All right, that's tired. Oh. Well, I don't have a long 2x4. If anybody was wondering why I'm not using a long one, because I spent all my money on this saw. More money for what? And the wood's so dang expensive right now. I mean, I'm gonna use it. I've always used wood till it was sawdust anyway, but you better believe I'm using it now. Wish me luck. Trying not to cut some of this bush back, but I'll probably have to. I can't really get to it. I'm gonna give me some relief cuts. I learned on the last one not to cut it all in one because it pinched my blade. And these blades are expensive. Oh. Move my little sandwich along. All right, I'll come back when it's cut off, and I gotta weld another piece on the back side. I'll come back when I gotta do that, and yeah. Hey, thank y'all for watching my videos. Like it really means a lot. Like I would make this anyway. You know what I mean? Like I made my fort before I was on YouTube. Actually, I was on YouTube. I just got intimidated by the bigger projects and I didn't film it. But like I was gonna make this anyway, if I was on YouTube or not. But what I like the most is that I get to share it with the people that click on my channels, that give me the time of day. And I just think that's really, really cool. So thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. And if you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, please do me a favor. Hit that red subscribe button. It don't cost a thing. It's free. All it shows is that you're supporting me, and my subscription goes up one more. And I see every single time that happens. So, I really appreciate it. Yeah, let's go. It's a looking like we gonna have some weighing. Good metal scribe. Grab your old welding lead there. Look at that yet. Look, I did the other side. Yeah, so you see kind of what we're going with? God, that thing looks good. Let's walk back. Y'all haven't seen it back here in a while. I can't believe it's coming together. I really can't. I am so pumped up. So pumped up. So pumped up. Pumped up. Pumped up. All right. Let me get some stuff set up and then I gotta weld this thing on. I gotta cut those off at a 45. Put caps on those. Weld that on. Clean some of these welds up. Nip the top off. It's 4 o'clock. I'm listening to maybe I can just do a second. Right? I'm gonna do a second. That's it. That's all you get. Jump. Take 2. Ah. Yeah. I like working with metal. It's a little bit more forgiving than wood. That's about good right here. I see what happened. That's what we're gonna get as close as we can get. Right? See what happened is when I welded that one, that side right here is a little high. And then when I welded this one's a little low. Hey, I won't say anything if y'all won't. Then we're just, I mean, it's outside of a pool, Ryan. What are you doing? Roll with it, honey. Do it. So I don't know if you can see, but with this on and this, a hot piece of metal still somehow got in there and got on my lip. Mwah. That hurt. That not nice, Mr. Mel. Oh, we made it! Yay! Oh, and I'll finish the rest of it with the old angle grinder. A band to go. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Huge Beastie Boys fan, by the way. Huge B-A-S-T-I. B-A-S-T-I. That's just what it's got to be. Interesting fact, Beastie Boys started in 1981, 79? 81 they formed as a punk group. A lot of people didn't know that. Actually, their first album was Same Old Bullshit. It had a picture of a golden retriever on the front of it. Yeah. I know a lot about music. Kind of like obsessively. So, if anybody wants to leave some music trivia questions down in the old comments, nobody can use the internet. Just use your old noggin. I think that'd be fun. Alright, procrastinating again. Let's go. A lot of pressure on that. Die grinder. I'm tempted just to cut the rest away because it's just this part that's holding it on. No. Well, it's the next day and it rained a whole heap. So it is nice and nasty out here. I went ahead and did one. Woo. I got it cooling down here on the wet ground. But it actually split open pretty good, and what I'll do is I'll come back with the grinder and I'll clean that up. Oh, it's still a little hot. But what I did is I used one of my extra pieces here. I clamped it in the middle. Every time I'm down here, Bart, my blue tick hound, goes crazy out here. I'll do that, and then Peachy's around here somewhere. He's the orange cat you'll always see. Peach! Peach! Where are you, buddy? He always comes out. But that gives me a nice little place to rest that. And then this thing wants to fall like that. And then I just keep that all the way down. Yeah, it's working nice. So we'll, I hadn't done a time lapse in a little bit. Might do a time lapse of me cutting these up. That's gonna be nice. Well, with me still being a young man, I still like to try to save my back as much as I can. I got a magnet here screwed to the end of this piece of timber. That way I don't have to bend over so much. Go around and get all these welding rods picked up. Got a little bit of rain, so I'm gonna put some hay down so I quit making mud. It's all about taking care of your work area too. Makes it a little bit more pleasant to work in. You know, try to clean up before each time you start your day. Clean up at the end. Makes a happy workplace, right? I think it'd be neat if I ever get any better at blacksmithing to take a lot of these welding rods, if I ever save them, which I probably won't, but if I took a bunch of them and forge welded them together into something else, I think that'd be cool. See, I think this is what I'm gonna have the hardest time with, is these corners. Can't really get y'all up any higher, but I'm gonna just kind of sight down where I we got one stick to play with, so wish me luck. I'll come back when I go to fit it. I just set you guys right there, and then we come back. Yes! Yes, indeed, oh, weedy, weedy, needy. Look at that. Ooh, ooh. Uh-oh. Might have to, I mean, I'm not taking it back off, so I'll, I don't know. See how far. I keep hitting the bottom of the tripod. All right, let's see if our Mitor is going to work. I can make that work. See, I can roll it. Hot dang. All right, let's cut two more. Oh, it worked. Yay! Happiness and sparkly sunshine and lollipops. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I put some hay down. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, girl, hey. And before I weld, I'll spray it down with some water. Pretty pumped up. Uh-oh. Battery's about to die. I got a question for anybody else that uses a GoPro. I've got 3 GoPro batteries that I keep with me, but I run through them pretty fast. Can you, again, I don't do the research, I know, but I like the community answers. I like knowing personally who I'm talking to. You know what I mean? Because anybody can write anything. But on the GoPro, if you take the battery out and run that with the battery pack, is that what y'all do? Or do you just keep running through batteries? Might be able to fill that. Let's look at the other one. Yeah, we grind that down, fill that up. Let's take a little mid construction tour. Yeah, look at that. Have you seen the light? Was a build of cannonball. Their motto was don't tread on me. Here Uncle John's band playing to the tide. Me come along, we've come to take his children home. Caught it. I think I'm gonna call it quits for today. Come back tomorrow, get this stuff welded up, start getting ready for the old sandy blasty. See, as soon as I sandblast it, I've got to immediately go back and put some primer on it. So what I'll probably do is sandblast it in stages, question mark? I don't know. And the living's easy. Variety's on the microphone and Ross MG. I tell you what, the old Ranger sure has come in handy. What I had to do, I was an RV tech for a long time, and I knew that they made long extension cords, but that goes from a 50 amp to a 30 amp, but it's not 240. I needed a 240, so I had to go have one made at the old Lowe's. 15 feet, it's not too long. I mean, I've ran it for an hour straight, and it didn't get warm at all, man. I'm super pumped up. Yeah, so the reason that I had to go get another welder is I'm really good with that one welding big thick stuff. I've welded 2-inch stuff, 2-inch plate together. I mean, it is absolutely fantastic. And the wall of this right here, I mean, it's pretty thick stuff. I mean, y'all seen it. I'll show you some more. Hey, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I've gotten a lot of, to me it's a lot, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers. So if y'all are watching, thank you. If you're not subscribed and you're watching this, what on earth are you doing with yourself? Smash that red button, man. It's free. So this stuff, what is this? 3/16 maybe, 1/4 inch? It's probably 1/4 inch plate. And so I can weld that with the stick just fine. And I've also got, you've probably seen in a couple of my other videos, I got a little Lincoln 140, 110. That thing does great in the shop on its own 20 amp breaker. It does fine for little bitty stuff. And I've had no problem with that stuff. Like, you know, 1/8 inch stuff, 16th inch gauge stuff. I've had no problem welding that stuff. I pulled that out here, and I don't know if I have. I mean, it was giving its all. I had it plugged up to the Ranger. I had a 30 amp extension cord hooked up to it. That's that yellow one that's over there. And that's what happened. I mean, I was just getting absolutely garbage. I was getting all my settings. I started Sunday. Saturday afternoon, I put all the pipes on. Sunday, I came out here and I tried to start welding just to see how it was going to go. I got frustrated. The big one was burning through the pipes. The small one wasn't penetrating good enough. I'm going to have to go and grind that and back drag it, or back gouge it. Back drag. Oh, that's my operator in me talking. So I knew I've been wanting a better MIG welder, but this one's from the old Harbor Freight, and this one is actually a MIG, stick, and TIG. I don't know how to TIG yet. So I picked this guy up. It's 240. It can go from 240 to 110 or 120, just with a little flip of the switch here. Again, I've got that ran on a 15-foot extension cord. If that's too long, somebody let me know. It's not getting hot. Again, I've done campers. We used to have 50-foot extension cords, and the gauge wire and that stuff wasn't any bigger than that. yeah, so let's go over the welds. I think the welds turned out actually really, really well. Look at that one. Look at that one over there. Look at all these. All this took me about 45 minutes. That's that little kind of fast edited welding shot I just did. Hopefully editor Ryan will have done that. Yeah. It's a little heavy right there, but I slowed down, but I picked my speed up right there and it got a little better. I can already tell you that I feel more comfortable about welding already than when I started. And that's what all this is about. You know what I mean? All this is being a maker and challenging yourself is about getting better. And if you want to be a welder, you have to start welding. If you want to be a woodworker, start messing with wood. If you want to be a potter, start turning pottery or making pottery. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you want to start doing something, by golly, you just got to go out and do it. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating as heck. Look at that garbage. I mean, I created extra work for myself, but I soon realized what I was doing wrong and I corrected it. Look at that. That's way better than when I started. I mean, that's where I started with that little Lincoln, stinking Lincoln. It just didn't do the job. Y'all can tell I'm a little sinusy. Yeah, so this video is probably getting pretty long. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go through with the grinder and grind all this stuff clean. I went and got I've been wanting to get one of these for a long time, but I got one of these jokers. That way I can get in between my pipe and my corners, all the edges where I can't normally get with the regular, you know, stuff like that. I can get in there. That's garbage. Garbage, Ryan. Just create and work for yourself. I should have stopped. Oh! Do you understand that? When you realize that you're messing up, all you're doing is creating more work for yourself. So stop. Give yourself a few minutes to assess the situation. And then just don't continue to do what you were just doing. Yeah, so I'm going to clean that up with the grinder and that little die grinder. And I got a little 1-inch sander. I can go in and smooth all that stuff up. This stuff is all going to be covered up with silicone. So I have to get it to where I can get me a big bead of silicone like that. That's all splatter. All the grain is from the flux core wire. That's what welding wire I used. It has its shielding gas agent built into the wire. Just like with the argon gas, when you're doing MIG wire, this stuff has got the, I don't know if I can do it. You see that little break? It's got like a argon gas shield. But that's what that white stuff is. If anybody was wondering, kind of looks like bird poo. Alrighty. So let's get to grinding. We'll do a couple more shots of some sparks, and then I'll probably end the video. Yeah. This thing is awesome. This is actually what a real die grinder is called. The other ones are called angle grinders. But I've meticulously gone through the inside and got all of the places where our little handy wandies are gonna go. Look at that yet. Look at that yet. Now there's some holes and stuff. Remember, I'm going back with Bondo. That's a body filler, automotive body filler. And I'll go a good primer on top of that. Not seeking perfection. It's a little misalignment on that one. But then the next one did pretty good. Let's see the best one. Where's the best one? I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't have to look perfect. Actually, I haven't done this side with the die grinder yet. But it's just got to feel good for wherever our handy wandies go. Now I'll come back with some silly. I got to go back and grind off those torch marks. I don't know why I didn't do that before I put it on. You live and you learn. All right, well, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Let's see, the next one, we are going to fill these holes up. There's a couple of holes. There's a couple of holes we got to go through and patch. Then we will sandblast it. Get the area ready for primer. On the outside, I'll go ahead and prime everything, the rails, up to a certain point in here I'll prime, because I don't know what I'm gonna do with the liner yet. Some people have told me about this stuff that you can put in ponds. Golly bum, I can't remember the name of it. Let me look it up real quick. It's this stuff right here. Non-toxic epoxy pond shield. Buddy of mine here on the old interwebs, he said he did that for his, and he's actually building one very, very similar. See if I can show his off. I'm sure he won't mind. Check that out. Look at that, yet. See what you can do with some imagination. Look at that. He built his own. How cool. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of really cool ideas out there. I'm not 100% sold on the liner. One, I haven't called anybody yet. Probably should have done that before I even built it. That's kind of how I roll, man. I just kind of rolling with the homies. Yeah. Now, as far as the tacking, I only tacked it ever so often. You can see where the white little poof is. But that's just, these rails aren't doing anything but caps. So that's why I tacked those like I did. And see, it's hard because I'm so much into filming it as I build it. I myself don't get to step back and really be like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So I'm gonna cut it here and let y'all know that if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're not having an awesome day, fix that. Go have yourself an awesome day. There's no reason not to. Let's see. Take 5 out. Appreciate where you're at. I'm gonna leave a playlist up top of all the other videos that led me to this point. So if y'all haven't watched those, please go check those out. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. A little improv review on this multi-function welder here from Harbor Freight. Hey man, I have been giving it the ringer, and it's just been giving me beautiful welds. Look at that. You know, and I wanna say something that just for me, as a beginner welder myself, that when I wish there was a good way to illustrate this. Maybe with a stick. Okay. Things that I have learned. This is thicker than this. So when you go to run your initial weld, start on this material, weld, 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 and then jump up and do your U. Weld, 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 jump up, do your U. Weld, 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 jump up, do your U. Weld, 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 jump up and do your U. To where you're staying on this material longer than you're staying on this material. This material can absorb more heat because it's a plate. This is the edge of the pipe, which is not going to absorb very much heat, which means it's going to go bleh, and that heat's just going to blow that metal out. So that's something that I've learned just from doing this, which I can use that on every single last welding project that I'll ever do. I mean, I'm gaining so much knowledge by doing this. So when you're thinking about doing a project that might be a little intimidating, it might be a little bit hard, always remember you're going to learn something. You're going to learn something. So I'll catch you guys later.